here. Today I want to talk to you about my 5 favorite restaurants that I ate at along the Appalachian Trail. Now, the trail doesn't necessarily go directly through these towns, but you'll likely be resupplying in some of them. And, you know, I try to think back. There were a lot of wonderful restaurants, a lot of great food along the trail. And honestly, as a thru hiker or an extended section hiker, I mean, food is just going to be more important to you really than anything else. Not just trail food, because you'll get sick of that, but like what you can get when you get to town. Part of me wonders if I went and ate at a lot of the restaurants that I thought were so wonderful, now that I'm like, you know, well fed and not like malnourished and only eating junk, if I would enjoy it as much as I did while I was thru hiking. I don't know, but I can tell you that as a thru hiker, you'll likely enjoy these places. So there are several restaurants that I would say are well known to be, you know, greatly enjoyed by thru hikers, and some of those aren't on my list. So I will add those in a blog post. So if you want some more ideas of places that you might enjoy eating while thru hiking or doing a section hike through these areas, then check out the description on this video and you'll see a link to a blog post where I'll have some more restaurant ideas. Also in the blog post, I'll include like what areas that you might exit the trail to get to these restaurants and their actual addresses. So without further delay, my number 5 favorite restaurant along the AT is Los Jalapenos. You get off the trail in Erwin, Tennessee. It's actually located in Unicoi, and it stays open until 10 p.m. Except for Sundays when it's open till 9:30. So me and some of my family were really excited to get to town. We got in kind of late, but they were still open. So we had time to like go do laundry and kind of nail down a place to stay, and then got to go and eat. And we had so much food covering the table, and you know, we got to have a drink and just chill out. It's Mexican food, and my favorite thing to eat at a Mexican restaurant is a burrito just covered in queso. But you know, we all tried each other's food, and we liked it so much that actually we resupplied at the Walmart behind the restaurant, so that's so convenient. You know, if you do resupply at that Walmart, you could eat lunch there. So we resupplied, ate lunch, and then went, you know, hiked a few miles in, decided to stay there for the night. Well, the next morning, we decided that we were all going to take a zero in the woods, and Chance, Mountain Goat, and I emptied our packs and went back to town to, you know, get some more food and some beers and things like that. And when we were at Walmart getting some of that stuff so that we could, you know, have a feast on our zero day in the woods, we stopped back at Los Jalapenos and ate more. So I ate there 3 times in a period of 2 days, and it was wonderful. My number 4 favorite restaurant along the AT is the Lakeshore House Restaurant and Lodge in Monson, Maine. So this, if you're Novo, is going to be, you know, right before the 100-mile wilderness, and not only is it a wonderful hostel to stay at because the owner, Rebecca, is just one of the nicest people in the entire world. She came and picked me up in the middle of the freezing cold, pouring rain on a dirt road that I had come to, and luckily she gave me a shuttle to the hostel. I mean, of course I'd pay for it, but like a lot of people wouldn't even come that far to get you. So she did. It was wonderful. It prevented me from fording a river that I was afraid was going to be high because it had been raining. And, you know, I got to go get warm and have a warm shower and everything. But the pub that's located downstairs at the Lakeshore House is amazing. The food is wonderful. I had a hamburger and some hot wings, and, you know, again, all of us hikers kind of share food, so I tried everybody's food. Nothing I tried was bad. They have a bar, and a lot of times they'll have live music. So it's just a real cool place to hang out and kind of, you know, get to mingle with some of the locals because they come by there, you know, to eat dinner. And most hostels don't have like wonderful food located inside them. So it's pretty neat. You know, a lot of times you have to stay somewhere and then, you know, walk to get food or get a shuttle or hitchhike, and it's just all located right there together. It's wonderful. It's a nice clean place, and I just highly recommend it, not only for the food but also for the hostel. My number 3 favorite restaurant along the AT is the Yellow Deli in Rutland, Vermont. So the Yellow Deli is run by the 12 tribes, and a lot of people are like, oh, they're cold. Okay, I don't know. Everyone has their own opinion on that, but all I can tell you is they have some awesome food, and they are very hospitable. And, you know, I didn't join the 12 tribes, so no danger there. You know, everyone's like, don't drink the mate, you'll never come back to the trail. But they are awesome people. They greet you when you walk in the door with mate, and, you know, the hostel is donation-based. You can do your laundry there and all that, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about food. So the food, okay, the Yellow Deli is open 24 hours a day. Where are you gonna get food like that anywhere else? I don't recall anything else being open 24/7. I specifically remember the deli rose sandwich and the chili and the fruit salad being phenomenal. I thought about that fruit salad from Vermont until Maine. I mean, I still think about it, honestly. It was just absolutely delicious. And they give you a nice loner clothes outfit, so you kind of get to go down to the deli, you know, dressed in your loner clothes, and it's just a cool experience. Also, they offer you a good breakfast the next morning for free, and so I can't recommend it highly enough. It was a great place, a cool experience, and some serious hospitality. My number 2 favorite restaurant along the AT is the Home Place in Catawba, Virginia. So this place is like a family-style restaurant. You go in, you sit down, they bring all kinds of food to the table, and they'll just ask you, you know, if there's something on this menu that you don't like, let us know, but otherwise, you know, boom, they bring it all to you. So if you leave there hungry, it's really your own fault. I mean, it's absolutely delicious. It's like a hiker's paradise. The Four Pines Hostel is located near the Home Place restaurant, so they will shuttle to and from there. That's one place that you could stay nearby. You could always, you know, hike in and attempt to leave town, but you get so full that you just don't want to go anywhere. Luckily, the owner saw us sitting out, like, delaying getting back to the trail, charging our phones and stuff in the outlets on the porch, and he was like, what are y'all's plans for tonight? You know, do you plan on going back to the trail? And we were like, yeah, we're thinking about it, you know, maybe just getting directly right there on the trail and then setting up our tents, and we want to hike to McAfee Knob for sunrise. And he was like, well, you know, instead of doing that, because it's supposed to potentially rain tonight, why don't y'all stay in the gazebos here? And they have several gazebos set up there. And we were like, really? So we got to just like relax and hang out on the front porch on the swing and keep charging our stuff and sleep in the gazebos. And it did rain, and not having to pack up a wet tent in the rain was wonderful. So they are very hospitable, and I definitely recommend checking out the Home Place restaurant. My number 1 favorite restaurant along the Appalachian Trail is the Devil's Backbone Brewery in Roseland, Virginia. So they will actually pick you up from the trail if you give them a call at Maupin's Shelter. If nothing else, you can hitch a ride, and they will also, most of the time, give you a ride back to the trail. Now, what is wonderful about Devil's Backbone Brewery, other than the food is just absolutely magnificent, I honestly can't tell you what I had for dinner when I got there that night, but the next morning, yes, they let you stay on the grounds. You can camp. Several of us actually ended up sleeping up on the stage that they were in the process of building. But anyway, in the morning, they offered this $5 thru-hiker breakfast that I guarantee you cannot get a breakfast that is that wonderful for $5 anywhere else. Like, it's the best $5 that I spent on the trail, hands down. Again, they're very hospitable to hikers. You'll notice that pretty much most of the places you go along the trail. They'll let you camp in the field, they're dog friendly, and they have all sorts of craft beer on tap. It's just a really cool experience. And the breakfast, so good. Anyway, those are my top favorite restaurants that I visited. Of course, everyone's gonna have different opinions, or, you know, some places that didn't make my list that maybe, you know, I didn't get to stop at. So if you have another restaurant that you're like, Dixie, you should have put that in the top 5, then please feel free to comment below so that other people can learn about it and maybe check it out during their thru or section hikes. But I hope that that was helpful and that you're able to check out some of these wonderful places, and we will see y'all next time. Okay, so I am here at Amicalola State Park, and there's this nice little compartment overhead, so that's the opening, where you can put like a headlamp